What is going on, guys? It is Dylan here. Today we'll be going over a ticker symbol analysis on the ticker symbol GME GameStop. Since breaking its descending resistance, guys, we have seen buyers start to reemerge in the market since really getting that liquidity moving all the way up to 36 bucks. Since then, guys, we have seen a reversal over the last few days. So a lot of people are wondering, is this a spot where buyers potentially step back up? Or are sellers going to regain control, being that they shoved stock all the way down so quickly? With that being said, though, we will remain unbiased throughout the entire video today, using a variety of different technical analysis techniques to get a very actionable price target and levels to watch moving forward. Let's jump our analysis off in the weekly, guys, and start from a broad perspective. Alrighty, guys, on the weekly perspective, we did see this massive 2-year, 2.5-year descending wedge play out, right? You can move the trend lines a little bit. We had this very obvious constraint, guys. Price action getting very tight in the bottom, in the apex of this pattern, right? When we did see that break, we've seen bullish sentiment, liquidity rushing into the market, getting that short squeeze-like effect that GameStop is so known to have. Since then, guys, we have pulled down to this major support level, forming that pennant-like structure for squeezing out right at the end of the apex once again, like we did over there. And you've seen the move up, guys, from 20 bucks all the way to 35 before pulling back. So currently, guys, GameStop is a very erratic stock. Looking at the weekly, we want to look at things very broad. We don't want to overanalyze these little things. We clearly see a floor being this rough 20, $22 level, and the top, being that rough 33.50, this rough area. Whenever stock gets to this area, it gets batted down. It's batted down, batted down, batted down, and we got batted down once again. So in theory, guys, being within a weekly range, once we break the top, there is a whole lot of upside, as there really is a lot of gap areas. Once we ran up past this area in the past, we ran all the way 100% and then around 80%, 60%. So you definitely would expect some very exciting action and liquidity to emerge in the market once the top of this does break. But as of now, we are rejecting. So as far as a weekly perspective, of course, a little bit more room to the downside, being the floor in this rough area. So with that being said, on the weekly chart, guys, we will remain slightly leaning bearish, but really we're going to let stock decide for us. Whatever end of this range does confirm, that will give you the weekly sentiment to push into the next few weeks. As of now, guys, we don't want to remain too biased on the weekly. Let's go flip over to the daily. Right away, guys, looking at the daily chart, we can't help but bat an eye to that rough $33. I have mine marked up at 33.17. That rough area, right within that region, guys, it's been some very heavy support. As within the last few days, guys, stock price had two very big wide bars showing a lot of buying pressure, guys. Buyers want to shove price all the way up for this day, not pulling back at all. Entire day of price action moving up. Two of those, once we broke over that 33.17, we immediately gapped up and pushed into that next level, being that 35.78. So that is an increase in price of around 8%. So that is sizable, guys, considering it's one day. In the past, right, when we whipped out and exited this pennant pattern, we talked on the weekly, guys, we've seen that nice liquidity enter the market, showing once again buying presence, pushed all the way until we double topped exactly this level, and then we sunk down. So we are revisiting that prior level, which did shove us down in the past. And even around here, guys, you see that whenever stock price gets above these two market points, being that 33.17 and that 35.78, looking a little bit higher up, you clearly see stock squeezes up. So these are the very obvious constraints on the daily time frame as well. And we have seen stock, break over that 33 bucks to immediately run here, but then reject to the ascent, right? With two nasty candles, guys. Really just being one, this bearish engulfing, but we did wick out at the top with this green big body bar with the wick on top. So with that being said, guys, the current constraints we're looking at is very simple, right? Within these kind of charts, GME, AMC, sometimes they offer very simple technical analysis 101, and that's what we're looking at, guys. Let's keep it fundamental, keep what works, not get too fancy when we don't need to. We currently see, stock is descended all the way down, 100% retracement over the last week's run, exactly on a double padded support. So, guys, that 29.25, I can't preface how important of support that is. Such a key level. We consolidated for around a week before breaking out right prior. So to come all the way back down to this major level, which has just been so key in the past, guys, you've really got to bat an eye seeing that not only is that 29.25 support so strong, but we're met with that ascending support on the daily, right? Whenever stock price comes down to this rough area, buyers are interested and they pick the stock back up. So in theory, very, very simple, guys. Anything above that 29.25, right? That $29 level, that rough area, right? Buyers are still interested as we're in a double confirmation. So from a risk to reward standpoint, you would expect there's more work to the up than the down, but we remain completely unbiased on the channel, guys, and that's one of our strengths, right? We have zero horse in this race. We want to keep it unbiased as possible. If we do break this level, guys, seeing the weakness over the last few days and this major liquidity selling pressure in the market emerge from this key level, if we do flush, that's not it at all. And then with that perspective, we will remain short-term bearish until we hit this next support level being 26, right? So keep that in mind, guys. If we do break 29.25, we're breaking this, very key ascending support, which has held the stock up for around 10, 11 days just in the last month or so. So this is very, very sizable. So with that being said, guys, GME is a very, very rapid stock, erratic. It makes big movements. So we really only have two strong support levels if this one does break, which is why we're making this video today, as it's a very important spot, guys. If we do break this, we should be easily coming down to $26. And then for that rhyme or reason, if we do break that, it should be all the way back down to $20 to 22, this rough big blue box, which is the bottom of the weekly range. So keep this in mind, guys. Stock is slightly ascending, if you want to be very, very technical, but very much so in a range, coming back down to this very padded double support. Keep an eye on this, guys. With that being said, we're going to go flip over to the hourly to finish our analysis off with a very short-term perspective. So on the hourly chart, guys, we have seen volume re-emerging in the markets, which is a decent sign for the bulls. As in the past, when stock crashed all the way down, right? You started to see that big green bars of volume pick up after this nasty selling pressure, right? And that was the indication, guys, that we might bounce from these major swing lows. And when we zoom over to today's volume, it has been drying up a little bit, but we still have seen that buying pressure. We will be keeping a close eye on this, as if stock is very, very illiquid, not printing a lot of volume, we might not have the buying pressure to bounce off this key level. So right away, guys, on these, short squeeze kind of stocks, we really have to keep an eye on the volume profile. And the second biggest thing we see on the hourly time frame, guys, is just how key this ascending support is. I held the stock up for 1-2 hours bounce, come all the way down, hang around this level for around 6, 7, 8 hours, got that massive bounce, rally all the way till we pull back down for another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 12, 13 hours before you get that other bounce. Right, come down, you get the point, guys. So chilling at the spot for the last about 1 day of price action, you do got to think, looking in the past with this trend that we've clearly bounced very quickly and rapidly from this level, that we would get some sort of reaction. So this just, really double confirms how key this level is, especially being padded on that 29.25 support level, which was previous resistance when we were consolidating under it for this region for about 4 or 5 days until we did get that breakout, guys. So definitely seeing a lot of interesting signs, but the main thing you want to take away is this double padded support and the volume profile. When we flip over to a lot of these short squeeze stocks, guys, we're seeing a very mirrored image amongst all of these, and it's likely that they do confirm all at once. When we look at AMC, guys, we do this ascending support moving up, not quite as clear, but you clearly see that. And then when we flip over to BBAI, which is another popular short squeeze stock, you clearly see that ascending support, guys, after this rough retracement. So although GME is in a little bit of a different situation, we do see the clear ascending support where buyers have stepped up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days, 12 within the last, say, month and a half. If you appreciated the video, guys, and found any value, consider liking and subscribing, as we will go over GME as much as you guys want. I know this one is more of a Reddit stock, more of a meme stock, momentum trading. But if you guys want to see it, man, I'll be happy to cover it. With these ones, it's very simple. We're seeing some pretty clear, easy, padded support levels and resistance to keep an eye on. So if you guys enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, all that. And I'm out. Peace.